everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to game 57 of the tournament where we are playing Vanarus. It's turn 12, and we got some big news this turn. So let's go through things, and then we will discuss our really big news because it makes a big difference in what we're doing. So we have summoned a Firebird. We found a magic site in Sawdorth. Circle of Strange Stones. That is a Glamour 1 site, so cool. We're getting a fair amount of Glamour. That's kind of neat. Searched in Whiteport, didn't find anything, and we've got 2 battles where we expected Dead Lands and Cursed Lands. So we've got 6 PD here. We know we're not going to accomplish anything, and we get a good look at what we're facing. So Bear Clan Warriors, Nidbetheds. So this is what I was talking about last turn with the whole Bear Clan Warriors thing. They are undisciplined, but they are also bad formation fighters, right? So you're only getting 2 of them in a square. So it really hurts their attack density, and kind of fucks with their ability to really bring their stats to bear, if that makes sense. Come on, get that last one. Poke that last one. Yeah, we poked him. Hell yeah. Woo. We'll take anything we can get at this point, honestly. Like, any amount of attrition that we can cause on the way is a big deal. So 4 Bear Clan Warriors killed. That's a big deal, right? I say it's a big deal. It's not a big deal, but it's a nice deal. Versus the Wolf Clan Reavers and the group of Nidbetheds, we're not going to get nearly as good results out of these guys. Because these guys, Javelins are going to do a lot of damage. Nidbetheds are going to block for them. And that is that. So, yeah, we get nothing in Cursed Lands. Unexpected event in Vanarus. -2 Dimension. No! No! Please, no! No, 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 no! Not like this! Not like this! Okay, so minus Dominion is extremely bad for us. We do not want that. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. Fortunately, we had previously gotten increased Dominion in Vanarus, so we are okay. We do patrol out a Crow Clan Scout. We are 1 Dominion. Yeah. Speaking of Dominion, look at how big our Dominion is. It's not going to stay that way for long. It's about to get crushed, I'm sure. So, what is the big news? Big news. Turn 12. Satis contacted us. Ulm is getting chunked, rushed, hurt bad by man. Satis, in response, wants to focus on taking as much as they can from Ulm. Meaning, they do not want to be aggressive with me. Note, there are no longer any elites on our fucking border. That is a big deal for us, because that means we no longer have to split focus and worry about Satis coming in hard on us. Now, we're probably still likely to lose most, if not all, of this territory up here, but it's turn 12, and again, I love the way that this is designed, that this map, this 5-player arena map is designed. You get, it's like a large amount of provinces, right? So obviously expanding super strong is gonna allow you to get into other people's, allotted provinces. But even expanding slowly, you still have a lot of provinces to take. It's turn 12. There are indies all over the place. There are indies all over the place. And now, obviously, there are indies all over the place in our territory because we lost 2 fucking bumps, right? But those 2 bumps were 2 turns ago. in theory, if we had not been bumped, or we had won the bump in Gentle Woods, and same in Falling Forest, we'd still have 1-2 taken, maybe 1-2 taken. There'd still be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 provinces, maybe less now because we'd probably be going into them. Basically, my point is that there's still a lot of indies, not just in our territory, in everyone's territory, right? There's still indies up here. There's still probably indies in Man. Maybe not Man. Man, depending on the bless that they've gone, has very good expansion. There's still clearly indies for Satis. Probably still clearly indies for Ulm. That matters because it slows down the pace of the overall game, which favors how we are trying to play it. And now, no longer having to worry about Satis, we can focus on defending against Nidavellir, sussing out how they are going to play, whether they're going to play hyper aggressively or whether they're going to play cautiously and try to choke us out, and tailor our response from there. So everything that we are doing this turn is basically in response to that kind of concept. We've got a lot of red arrows on the map. Most of this is just moving things around. We are moving Urgek Beast Brothers into Whiteport because I considered throwing them against the Wolf Tribe. They're not gonna win. 30 units against 20 Wolf Tribe aren't gonna win when it's foul spawn. We could have moved our herdmen into this. The issue with that is if we broaden our fronts, that broadens the places that Nidavellir can attack us on, right? And I don't want to move into Darmum with 30 Beardmen when he moves into Devon, and then all of a sudden it's more difficult for me to get into a proper position to defend otherwise, right? The goal for the next 2 to 3 turns is suss out his location, see where he goes, and then react accordingly. If we try to move, right, so for example, here in Sylvania, we're patrolling. We could attack Sotera or Iron Peaks, right? But doing either of those could put us into a position where we can't reinforce where we want to effectively, or give him more opportunities to attack us. And we don't want to dangle bait in front of him. We want to say, hey, we're bad. We have not expanded well. You smashed our expansion party. We're wide open for the taking. Come at us, right? We want to lure him in basically towards Whiteport, right, is the concept. Because if we can catch him in Whiteport, we might be able to just completely obliterate whatever he has going on, right? We can do a PD dump and go crazy with things. In theory, right? It depends on research. Research-wise, if we try to fight in Whiteport, like he moves to Devon and we try to fight in Whiteport, we're not going to have Alt 4 by that point. It might not matter. We might not need Alt 4 just because of the amount of forces that we will have arrayed, but it kind of depends on what things are looking like when we get towards that point. If we're close, we might just wait a turn if we're going to be able to finish Alt 4 and fight on our cap instead. Because if he comes all the way to Whiteport, he's likely going to just fight us. Maybe. It's going to suck. It comes all the way to Whiteport. I let him have Whiteport, and then he just starts roaming around in the backfield. Hopefully that's not going to happen. We'll see. So we've got some recruitment going on. Vanarusian Sages, more Herdmen, more Heavy Cav, more Line Tribe Archers, more Horse Cav. We're finally recruiting a Viedma. We're sending back units to research, right, to improve our research. We're sitting at 96 right now. This will be another 15. No, another 16. This will be another 16. We aren't sending this guy back yet, but that is a questionable move. Don't yell at me, I promise. Please don't hurt me. Baby, don't hurt me. We are summoning Magnus's crossbows in Whiteport. Because in theory, one, we had the money, and two, in theory, they will be useful in a fight in the next 3 turns. So summoning them into Whiteport, and we are starting to sneak out our Atavi unit. So we're heading into Iron Peaks. Plan is to just go up into these territories and try to cut some of the lines, right? So, for example, if we made it all the way up into Gentle Woods and we took this province, then he's not getting as much money out of the provinces that he has taken from us, because he only has the one supply line, basically. You can't trace it back to a port. So if we do stuff like that, we're not going to do significant damage to his military, but we will slow the resources that he is gaining against us, so that when we bounce back, theoretically, presuming that he chooses aggression, when we bounce back, he will have less resources in the can, will have utilized less resources, etc., etc. So that is the overall goal. I feel elated after communicating with Satis. I say that. I don't feel... Okay, let me adjust what I've said. To my understanding, things are not going well for Ulm. if I take Satis's words for it, to my understanding, things are not going well for Ulm. I am having near religious flashbacks over the idea of having to deal with another souped up man. I almost just don't want to play Middle Age anymore for a while, so I can avoid man. However, the idea that Satis is looking at that as well and saying, hey, I would rather fight man for Ulm than come after you, is a best case scenario for us, right? If Satis decided, oh, cool, man is going for Ulm and is winning, best I push on Vanarus and try to win fast, it would be done for us. We would have no option. There's no way we defend against both effectively and have a shot at winning the game, right? But we can defend against one effectively and have a shot at winning the game. And I'm really glad we're doing it against Nidavellir rather than Satis, because I don't want to fight into Satis, especially not early. Yeah, definitely not early, right? So where we are at currently, we should have a little over 100 Herdmen. We're producing enough archers that I think we should have close to 50 to 60 archers when a big fight comes. And we're actually sitting on 6 good heavy cav right now, because there's good heavy cav and bad heavy cav, right? There's the 18 plus protection heavy cav, and then there's the male ones that are like 14 protection. I say that they're not bad because they actually have higher defense skill. I just prefer the higher protection ones. I think they do better generally. We're gonna have another 2 of those, so we're gonna have a minimum of 8 heavy cav in the very near future. Potentially along with some crossbows. Beast Brothers will be dead or gone by then, but I'm liking the force that we can put together. And then we also potentially have at least Alt 3 Con 3, maybe Alt 4 Con 3, depending on how aggressive Nidavellir gets. Now, again, if he slow rolls us, then we're going to have to change our tactic and immediately start getting aggressive. So if he comes into Devon next turn, which is the expectation, great. If he hits Devon next turn, but also hits like Iron Peaks, or, I mean, this is mostly Wolf Clan Reavers, right? Like, and he has a Seathburender here. He doesn't have enough. Yeah, he doesn't have enough leadership to really maneuver them around. He'd have to leave some behind. Basically, what I'm saying is he could take this Nidhir and take the Wolf Clan Reavers and go stealthy. But basically, we're going to see if next turn he has just consolidated into Devon, he's almost guaranteed he's just going to come at me hard, right? But if he's hit Runia, he's hit Devon, he's hit Iron Peaks, he's hit multiple provinces, then it's much more likely that he's going to try to just spread out, take as much as he can, strangle us, and then slowly push us out, right? And if that's the case, then we're going to have to basically immediately react, put together as big an army as we can, as many fucking mages as we can, and kind of go hard. I say that immediately react. It might not be immediate. In that case, it would behoove us to wait until we got Alt 4, just to try to increase our chances as much as possible. But that would still only be like an extra turn or two, which I don't think would be the worst situation. So we'll see. Anyways, things are still looking real rough. It's 2 turns after the horrendous bump on 2 different fronts. But I am so elated that Satis is like, nah, dog, you're good. I'm going elsewhere. Let's see if we can do anything with this. Fingers crossed. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.